when I can tell that they really got a kick out of what we did today.
Brad Hicks reporting.
A kick out of that story too. I mean, you are able to learn a lot when you get that view from above.
Yeah, you get all different kinds of perspective, literal and figurative sense that can help everybody, help us too. Okay, here's Al Roker with a look ahead on the third hour of today.
This morning on the third hour of today, the hottest toys on the market this holiday season. Then some fun, spooky cocktails to serve up on Halloween. And Joy Bauer is answering your superfood questions. That's all coming up this morning on the third hour of today.
A lot of fun Halloween parties this weekend. Thanks for watching early today. I'm Philip Mena.
And I'm Frances Rivera. Have a great Friday, even better weekend.
Morgantown, thank you for watching WNKY NBC 40.
Hiring a lawyer? Check out our 5-star reviews from our injured clients. Go to Google and type in Floor, Teppan & Stewart to see what our clients are saying when we represented them in an accident. They will tell the story of our 5-star service, what they went through, and what we did for them. For 47 years, I've represented the injured in car, truck, and motorcycle accidents. Good reviews do matter.
Sundays are for football. WNKY 40 is your go-to for the NFL. Watch games all day on WNKY, CBS 40, and NBC 40.
At WNKY News 40, we're always on. WNKY.com has the latest in breaking news, local headlines, weather forecasts, and sports highlights. WNKY News 40, because local matters.
It's finally Friday. I'm News 40 meteorologist Darius Mack, tracking rain chances that will be added into today's forecast and especially for the weekend. But some big changes roll in, especially into early next week. I'm talking about a big dip in temperatures. I'll show you how low those temperatures will go in my full forecast. News 40 Sunrise starts right now.
Coming up on News 40 Sunrise, it's World Osteoporosis Day, a time dedicated to raising awareness about a disease that affects millions of Americans. We'll find out what doctors say you can do to keep your bones healthy. Then we'll see why some restaurant owners say a social media presence can make or break a potential business. Plus, I'll see the sights and spooks of one hauntingly interesting local museum in this week's edition of Tommy on the Town. News 40 Sunrise starts right now. Good morning, everyone. Today is finally Friday. I'm Tommy Modesto. Thank you so much for joining us on News 40 Sunrise. We'll start with our top stories. We're learning more about a disturbing turn of events as police were searching for a reported person with a gun on the Franklin Simpson High School property on Tuesday. We now know that around 2 p.m., as authorities were actively working to locate that person, someone then called in a bomb threat to the Franklin Simpson Middle School. Police say at the time a student posted on Facebook that they were then going to shoot up the school. All Franklin Simpson schools were then placed on lockdown, and moments later, Franklin PD says they were able to find a juvenile on Cherry Street matching the description of the reported suspect on the high school property, who was also carrying a gun. He was taken into custody. Police traced the number that called the threat into the middle school. A middle school age juvenile was then also taken into custody. Then a third juvenile, who authorities say was responsible for making the shooting threat on Facebook, was also taken into custody. All three juveniles are now facing charges as this investigation is still ongoing. And members of the Kentucky National Guard who served on the U.S. southwestern border are honored during a welcome back home ceremony. Governor Andy Beshear was also on hand to recognize the men and women who have assisted the Department of Homeland Security and Customs and Border Protection security missions since 2020. More than 750 Kentucky soldiers were taking part in security and aviation missions and enhanced support to border security operations to ensure that Customs and Border Protection agents were able to conduct their law enforcement work more efficiently.
The battalion supported 5 Border Patrol stations, enhancing the Border Patrol's ability to intervene in more than 572,000 illegal border crossings.
Governor Beshear also says that the National Guard soldiers were also instrumental in helping to curb the flow of illegal drugs over the border. However, drug overdoses are a growing concern, with the number of deaths rising every year, especially in the state of Kentucky. This weekend, organizations are working to combat that problem. A drug prevention seminar is planned for Saturday at the Bob Curry branch of the Warren County Public Library. Starting at noon, speakers who work directly with overcoming addiction, as well as those with the Opioid Response Network, will be there to teach the community about overcoming this issue.
Talk about how to talk to your children, you know, how to identify if your children are on drugs. If anybody has a drug overdose, what do you do? What do you do in the case of an emergency if something happens to someone and they try to kill themselves with pills or something like that?
The event is free of charge, and organizers say that there are no dumb questions. They'll be performing CPR training and teaching people how they can use Narcan. If you're looking to get more information or to get involved with these organizations behind the event, you can email the address that is on your screen. That's bgcinitiative@gmail.com. And Thursday night, dozens of people across the Commonwealth gathered to place their bids on what some may call the murder mansion. But now one lucky bidder will be calling this place home. The owners of this property, Norm and Jimmy Lou Johnson, plan to pass the keys off to the highest bidder. There are still some contractual details to work out with the potential new owners. The highest bid ended at $1,050,000. The owners and bid winners will still have to work out an official agreement in the next coming days. And now let's look at your top stories. I'm now going to send it over to meteorologist Darius Mack for a check of your forecast. Darius?
Good morning, Tommy. Good morning, everyone who is watching. Temperatures are right now pretty warm out there, into the 60s and right around 70 degrees. It's 67 currently in Simpson County and Allen County at 68 degrees. As far as those winds, well, we still got those breezy conditions from the south. It's a strong southerly breeze keeping things nice and warm for us. But you're noticing on radar that we're starting to see some returns. We're seeing some showers mainly along the Western Kentucky Parkway, as this will continue to drift towards the east to northeast. It's around that ridge of high pressure that's slowly sliding eastward, so that's giving way for more of those rain chances to arrive for us. So we'll have those chances, spotty to widely scattered rain chances today. Not expecting a total washout, though. Here's your commuter forecast. May need to use as windshield wipers from time to time. Weather on the 4 is brought to you by Deborah Bros, attorneys at law.
WNKY News 40, broadcasting live from the German American Bank studio in downtown Bowling Green. Dateline tonight.
There is a madman on the loose.
The way she was killed just traumatizes you.
He called himself the Zombie Hunter.
A lot of detectives had never seen anything as bad as this.
Dateline tonight, 9/8 Central. Join the WNKY News 40 weather team. Visit WNKY.com to become a weather watcher.
The nursing home was supposed to keep your loved ones safe, no exceptions. Even in extreme circumstances, the basic standards must be met, no excuses. Bed sores, broken bones, malnutrition, and dehydration are just some of the warning signs of a nursing home that's not doing what they're supposed to do. If you suspect your loved one is the victim of nursing home neglect, get Hughes & Coleman and get it done. Call 800-800-4600. The safety of your loved one is all that matters.
As Kentucky families struggled, Joe Biden brags.
Bidenomics is working.
Andy Beshear agrees. Beshear backed Biden's disastrous economic policies. Now he's endorsing Biden for re-election.
This president delivered.
For Andy Beshear, he did, giving $250,000 to fund his agenda.
I want to thank the president.
Beshear's with Biden. Trump backs Daniel Cameron. If you stand with Trump, vote Cameron for governor. Club for Growth Action is responsible for the content of this ad.
It's scary amounts of fun.
Though he should not be named, he was born with the name Tom Riddle.
Voldemort?
Yes! We're not supposed to say it out loud, but on the show here, we need to say it out loud.
Person, place, or thing. On WNKY NBC 40.
Every 40 seconds in the U.S., someone has a stroke. But health experts say many people can avoid having one by living a healthy lifestyle. In today's Health Minute, News 40's Morgan Hoover has 9 simple steps to help you prevent having a stroke.
It's a leading cause of death and serious long-term disability in the U.S.
Stroke is actually much more common than we think.
Every 3 minutes and 14 seconds, someone dies of stroke in the U.S. That's according to the CDC. But addressing 9 risk factors can help prevent most strokes. It starts with keeping blood pressure in check. A healthy lifestyle and limiting salt intake to less than 2 grams per day can also help. Diabetes is another risk factor. Control it with glucose-lowering medications, says Dr. Sidoni Ibrikshi, a neurologist at Cleveland Clinic.
What we like to target in diabetic patients is a hemoglobin A1C of around 7%.
Next, Ibrikshi says to control high cholesterol by taking statins or other medications. Fourth, be aware of atrial fibrillation, a risk factor for stroke that causes an irregular heartbeat.
They have to be on a strong blood thinner known as anticoagulation.
Getting sleep apnea treated is also key. Those suffering from the condition stop breathing for short periods during the night.
The main ways to prevent sleep apnea are weight loss, but also using a CPAP machine if it's moderate to severe.
Cut out smoking and limit alcohol intake to 1 drink or less a day. Both are major risk factors for stroke, as is what you eat. Ibrikshi recommends a diet rich in fruits, veggies, nuts, and lean protein. And finally, get your heart rate up at least 4 times a week for 20 to 30 minutes a day. For WNKY News 40, I'm Morgan Hoover.
It's almost time for a time change, and that could be a literal headache. Most of the U.S. falls back an hour when daylight saving time ends on November 5th. An expert from the University of Southern California says that's hard on our bodies. He says it's a good idea to have migraine drugs or painkillers on hand for headaches. Other issues include seasonal affective disorder and sleep cycle disruptions. To help, he suggests exercise, morning time outside, and light therapy. And coming up next on News 40 Sunrise, the manhunt for the main shooter is still underway as police search the last known residence of the killer. We'll see what police are saying are the next steps.
Plus, rain chances arrive ahead of a major shift in temperatures. I'll run the numbers in my full forecast.
The $250,000 mega draw is here at the Mint Gaming Hall Bowling Green. Win by matching just 1 number and match all 6 for $250,000 cash. Drawing Saturdays in October every hour from 5 to 8 p.m. Only at the Mint Gaming Hall Bowling Green.
J.C. Kirby and Son Funeral Chapels. When a person comes in and does their prearrangement, I can see it over the years that I've worked in this, how much it eases the family's minds. If you have 4 people, they have 4 different ideas of what they want. This settles that to where they say if that's what mom wanted, that's what dad wanted. You can see the relief on a lot of families' faces because all you do is say, what time do you want the funeral? What time do you want the visitation? And they can spend more time with their family members and friends in the grieving process. It just really takes a lot of burden off your family.
Summer skies, they warm up everything. Then fall comes around, and you know it's getting near. Christmas is my favorite time. Experience so much Christmas the way Santa does.
The nursing home made you an important promise. They promised to be a good home for your loved one and to provide professional care in a safe environment. Now the nursing home has broken that promise and you're left searching for answers. Call us at Hughes & Coleman for a free consultation. If your loved one suffered a serious injury or untimely death while in a nursing home, get Hughes & Coleman and get it done. Call 800-800-4600. Standing up for your loved ones is what matters now.
Join the WNKY News 40 weather team. Visit WNKY.com to become a weather watcher. The $250,000 mega draw is here at the Mint Gaming Hall Bowling Green. Win by matching just 1 number and match all 6 for $250,000 cash. Drawing Saturdays in October every hour from 5 to 8 p.m. Only at the Mint Gaming Hall Bowling Green.
A massive manhunt is underway for the suspect that killed at least 18 people in Lewiston, Maine. At least 13 others have been injured. Alice Barr has the latest from Lewiston.
An urgent manhunt by flashlight overnight as law enforcement surrounded the last known address of suspected mass murderer Robert Card. It's just one area of intense focus, and until he's found, tens of thousands remain under shelter-in-place orders.
Please stay at home and be safe.
Multiple victims for an active shooter in the town of Lewiston.
Card is suspected of killing at least 18 people and injuring 13 more in a Lewiston bowling alley and a nearby restaurant and bar. Survivors describing the terror.
I just booked it down the lane, and I slid basically into where the pins are and climbed up in the machine and was on top of the machines for about 10 minutes until the cops got there.
Grief-stricken families can't begin to describe the loss.
The world lost a great girl, and I lost a precious daughter.
A family member of the 40-year-old suspect says he struggled recently with acute mental health issues. Card is a longtime Army reservist, and officials tell NBC News he threatened a military base and was sent by his own commanders to a mental health facility in July.
That the yellow flag law should have been triggered.
Authorities looking into why he still had possession of an assault-style rifle as the community reels from Maine's worst mass murder in history. The number of homicides in a single night approaching what the state usually sees in a year. Now, a lifetime of heartbreak for each victim taken.
Rain chances arrive today, and this will be ahead of some big changes that drop in, especially by late weekend and into early next week. I'm News 40 meteorologist Darius Mack with a first look at your full forecast. We take a look at radar right now, and you're noticing that we do have some raindrops showing up on radar, especially towards Muhlenberg County and into Ohio County, just right along there towards Central City and along the Western Kentucky Parkway this morning. This is all working its way in from east to northeast. It's actually around this dome of high pressure that's been keeping things dry for us all week, but we're watching this wave of energy that is going to not only usher in rain chances for us, but leave behind a much cooler feel into next week. In fact, we are going to be tracking a shift in the pattern as that wave dives across the region. We are expecting cold, frigid weather with morning temperatures into the 30s and highs struggling to potentially make it into the 50s for a few days next week. But check out the low temperature trends and notice between tonight, Saturday, still pretty mild with temperatures right around 60 degrees. But then we are going to be watching those numbers drop into next week. Morning time temperatures into the 30s. Frost and freeze concerns, especially as we work our way into early next week. Temperatures right now generally right around 70 degrees out there. We got some middle and upper 60s. Those dew points into the 50s. Noticing those showers, we're starting to moisten up the atmosphere out there. And that will continue as we go throughout the day. Here are the winds. They are flowing from the south with sustained wind speeds, generally right around the 10-mile-an-hour range. Futurecast as we help you plan out your day with communities in view. Yeah, we're going to be watching for those showers. It's going to be spotty to widely scattered in coverage with those showers, especially as we work our way from mid to late morning. And as we continue throughout the day, we'll hold on to those rain chances. Now, there will be periods where we'll see rain, but there also will be periods of dry time as well. And that's what I am expecting as we go throughout the weekend. May even see periods where the sun may try to break out as well for another shower or a thunder shower works its way in. And this will continue pretty much through the weekend with these chances, at least until about Monday. I think Monday holds our best chance, and that's when we are expecting that cold front to drop in. And that will bring us widely scattered rain chances as well late Sunday and into Monday. Notice those rain chances increasing by late Saturday as well and into your Sunday as we'll continue to track rain and those mild temperatures before we track that cool down that drops in into next week. Check out this 7-day forecast with your weekend always in view. By the way, glad you can get your weekend started with us. As far as things go, Saturday we're still in the 70s, lower 70s on Sunday, and then our best rain chance on Monday. We go from 70 to 50s on Monday, and on Tuesday, Halloween, it's going to be bone chilly. I mean, temperatures may even struggle to even make it to 50 degrees for those daytime highs. And then as we continue into next week, temperatures still trending well below normal, with highs again struggling to make it into the 50s, and then we're eventually somewhere back into the 50s by Thursday of next week. Be sure to follow News 40 weather online and on the air, even when the skies are fair. We're back with more News 40 Sunrise after this.
Some people think that fighting like a girl means to give up easily. They haven't met this fighter yet, or any of the female injury lawyers at Morgan & Morgan.
Morgan & Morgan, the official law firm partner of UFC. Fighting is in our DNA.
Nice. DraftKings Sportsbook is live in Kentucky. You'll be so dialed into every play that you forget to eat your wings. You made my wings cold, DraftKings. Flailing your arms like you can disrupt the free throw. Miss, fool! A home run will have you crying like it's the birth of your child. I'm so happy.
DraftKings Sportsbook is live in Kentucky. New customers, download the app now and bet $5 to get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Because life's more fun when you're in on the action. The crown is yours.
Yeah.
As a rising patient, I have one doctor, not 4 or 5. And if I need to talk to that doctor and he's not with another patient, he'll come and talk to me. Everything's going real good. I come off of about 19 pills down to 7 now, and I love it. I wouldn't do without it right now.
Horizon PACE is the face of your healthcare. Contact us for more information.
There are so many different ways that you can volunteer at Hope Harbor. I am a part of the fundraising committee. I'm a hospital advocate, so I'm able to be there for those survivors. There is no one else that does this type of work like we do when we go to the hospitals and support those survivors.
The work that I do through Hope Harbor means really everything to me. Being a survivor myself, the organization allows me to provide the care and the support that I wasn't afforded.
There are so many ways to help Hope Harbor accomplish their mission, ending sexual violence.
Hi, I'm Alex with the band Whitmore for some futuristic karma.
Catch us this week on Marquee Backstage.
You never know who you're helping by sharing your story. And like people think y'all look alike.
You can be our son.
I love Jennifer.
Weekdays at 2 on NBC 40.
Toyota is recalling more than 750,000 SUVs due to a possible problem with the front bumpers. The recall covers certain Highlander SUVs going back to 2020. Toyota says even a minor impact could cause the bumper to fall off. Owners whose SUVs are affected will be notified by the company in December. Best Buy is recalling more than 900,000 Insignia multifunction pressure cookers. According to the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission, the pressure cookers have a defect that can cause users to overfill them, resulting in hot food or liquid potentially spewing out. 17 people have reported burn injuries as a result. Owners of the recalled products should stop using them immediately and contact Best Buy for replacement parts. And one major fast food chain is taking Friday literally. McDonald's is giving away free French fries every Friday for the rest of the year, but you have to add them to your pickup order on the McDonald's app in order to score the deal. That's your CBS News Money Watch report. For more, log on to CBSMoneyWatch.com. At the CBS Broadcast Center, I'm Jared Hill.
Earlier this year, some economists were predicting a possible recession. Since then, the economy has done the exact opposite. Michael George tells us why.
Whether it's a meal at a restaurant, a big-ticket concert, or a new car, Americans are more willing to buy. Consumer spending drives the economy, and that's reflected in a new report showing the gross domestic product jumped 4.9% during the third quarter this summer, way up from the first 2 quarters. Part of the reason is an increase in luxury spending. The travel company Tomato curates high-end vacations that can cost anywhere from $10,000 to 6 figures.
We had our best sales year last year historically, but we've already sort of beat those numbers this year, and the desire for travel is just booming.
The spending spree happened despite inflation and high interest rates. But now there are signs the red-hot economy could be cooling down.
I think the expectations are for a much slower growth rate in the fourth quarter.
CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger says growth is expected to return to a more normal level of around 2%.
Although we are seeing consumers still spend on certain things, there is a pullback afoot.
Part of that pullback, the nearly 30 million people with federal student loans who now have to resume payments, reducing their spending power.
We've got student loans restarting. We have people who are paying more for their car loans. We have people who have adjustable rates on their credit card bills.
Higher interest rates could also lead to less spending. The Federal Reserve meets again next week and will decide if another rate hike is needed to help cool the economy. Michael George, CBS News, New York.
Well, consumer spending isn't the only thing that's going to be cooling down. We'll be tracking a cool down in temperatures into next week especially. But meanwhile, today we're still hanging on to the unseasonal warmth. To check out forecast featuring Frankie, and Frankie says rain is possible because I am tracking rain out there already this morning, especially along the Western Kentucky Parkway where we are seeing some showers. Temperatures running pretty warm out there with winds flowing in from the south right around the 10-mile-an-hour range. I did mention those showers right along the Western Kentucky Parkway, Muhlenberg County, Ohio County, crossing over there towards the Owensboro area. Just generally some light showers as this ridge pattern starts to break up. So we are going to be watching for more in the way of those rain chances today. We're going to hold on to those chances throughout the day, but I am not expecting a total washout. Don't go anywhere. We have more of News 40 Sunrise that continues after this.
The nursing home was supposed to keep your loved ones safe, no exceptions. Even in extreme circumstances, the basic standards must be met, no excuses. Bed sores, broken bones, malnutrition, and dehydration are just some of the warning signs of a nursing home that's not doing what they're supposed to do. If you suspect your loved one is the victim of nursing home neglect, get Hughes & Coleman and get it done. Call 800-800-4600. The safety of your loved one is all that matters.
Enjoy a great lunch with a different food truck every week and help support our local charities.
Join us for Food Truck Fridays at the Tidballs parking lot on Chestnut Street. Part of your lunch purchase will be donated to a local nonprofit by Flora Templeton Stewart and our food trucks.
Food Truck Friday has collected over $10,000, making a difference in our community.
Brought to you by the law firm of Flora Templeton Stewart.
Last year, more clients hired Morgan & Morgan than ever before. With over 2 million phone calls last year alone, more people in more cities across America want more Morgan & Morgan. When you hire Morgan & Morgan, you're also hiring a family business. And after 35 years, we now have more offices, more staff, and more lawyers than any other injury firm in the world. Protecting America, fighting for you. Injured? Call Morgan & Morgan. For the people.
As Kentucky families struggled, Joe Biden brags.
Bidenomics is working.
Andy Beshear agrees. Beshear backed Biden's disastrous economic policies. Now he's endorsing Biden for re-election.
This president delivered.
For Andy Beshear, he did, giving $250,000 to fund his agenda.
I want to thank the president.
Beshear's with Biden. Trump backs Daniel Cameron. If you stand with Trump, vote Cameron for governor. Club for Growth Action is responsible for the content of this ad.
Welcome back to News 40 Sunrise. I'm News 40 meteorologist Darius Mack, tracking rain chances that drop in today ahead of some major changes to our world of weather, especially into next week. I'm going to be tracking a cool down on the way. The time is 6:26. Now it's time to take another look at top stories.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us here for News 40 Sunrise. Let's continue with our top stories. We are learning more about a disturbing turn of events as police were searching for a reported person with a gun on the Franklin Simpson High School property on Tuesday. We now know that around 2 p.m. as authorities were actively working to locate that person, someone then called in a bomb threat to the Franklin Simpson Middle School. Police say at that time a student then posted on Facebook that they were going to shoot up the school. All Franklin Simpson schools were then placed on lockdown, and moments later, Franklin PD says they were able to find a juvenile on Cherry Street, matching the description of the reported suspect on the high school property, who was also carrying a gun. He was then taken into custody. Police then traced the number that called the bomb threat into the middle school. A middle school-aged juvenile was then also taken into custody. Then a third juvenile, who authorities say was responsible for making the shooting threat on Facebook, was also taken into custody. All three juveniles are now facing charges as the investigation is ongoing. And members of the Kentucky National Guard who served on the U.S. southwestern border are honored during a welcome back home ceremony. Governor Andy Beshear was also on hand to recognize the men and women who have assisted the Department of Homeland Security and Customs and Border Protection security missions since 2020. More than 750 Kentucky soldiers were taking part in security and aviation missions and enhanced support for border security operations to ensure that Customs and Border Protection agents were able to conduct their law enforcement work more efficiently.
The battalion supported 5 Border Patrol stations, enhancing the Border Patrol's ability to intervene in more than 572,000 illegal border crossings.
Governor Andy Beshear also says that the National Guard soldiers were also instrumental in curbing the flow of illegal drugs over the border. However, drug overdoses are a growing concern, and with the number of deaths rising every year, especially in the state of Kentucky, this weekend organizations are working to combat that problem. A drug prevention seminar is planned for Saturday at the Bob Kirby branch of the Warren County Public Library. Starting at noon, speakers who work directly with overcoming addiction, as well as those who are with the Opioid Response Network, will be there to teach the community about overcoming this issue.
Talk about how to talk to your children, you know, how to identify if your children are on drugs. If anybody has a drug overdose, what do you do? What do you do in the case of an emergency if something happens to someone and they try to kill themselves with pills or something like that?
The event is free of charge, and organizers say that there are no dumb questions. They'll be performing CPR training and teaching people how they can use Narcan. If you're looking to get more information or get involved with these organizations behind the event, you can email the address on your screen. That's bgcinitiative@gmail.com. And on Thursday night, dozens of people from across the Commonwealth gathered to place their bids on what some might call the murder mansion. But now one lucky bidder will be calling this place home. The owners of this property, Norm and Jimmy Lou Johnson, plan to pass the keys to the highest bidder. There are still some contractual details to work out with the potential new owners. The highest bid ended at $1,050,000. The owners and bid winners will still have to work out an official agreement in the upcoming days. And that was a look at your top stories. It's now time for your pet of the day.
My name's Tucker Covey. I'm here at the Bowling Green, Warren County Humane Society, and I'm here today with Callie Joe. She is 4 years old, is a stray, and has been here for roughly 2 weeks. And she loves exploring and being held. If you want to adopt Callie Joe, come down to the Bowling Green, Warren County Humane Society today.
Oh, well, look at Callie Joe.
Absolutely adorable. You could tell
adorable.
for a cat that was a stray, very people friendly.
Yeah, very people friendly.
Very people friendly.
Loves all of the attention, of course, the little kisses, and just all of the things. It also loves to explore.
Very
as well.
adventurous, as you could tell, absolutely, and very loving. You could tell right there. Well, if you're looking for a new addition to your family, be sure to adopt Callie Joe from the Bowling Green, Warren County Humane Society.
And coming up after the break, I'm helping you plan your day the News 40 way. Don't go anywhere.
The competition is on.
This is nerve-wracking.
Do you have what it takes for Jeopardy? Weeknights at 6 on NBC 40.
Bed sores, broken bones, malnutrition, and dehydration are just some of the warning signs of a nursing home that's not doing what they're supposed to do. If you suspect your loved one is the victim of nursing home neglect, call 800-800-4600.
Just rockin' and rollin', baby. Come back tomorrow.
We got you all fixed up. Got it all fixed up for you, ma'am. Let there be light, ma'am.
Looks like she finally called JB.
When you come in and open an account with us, you can choose to have a shelter pet card. Whenever you use that card and swipe it as a credit transaction, it triggers a donation back to the animal shelters. they're able to help the shelter in such an easy way.
It's a way to help remotely, and you know that your money is going to be used well.
It really means a lot to be a local bank now. We just try to give back in any way we can.
Name an animal the wife doesn't mind her husband calling her.
Piggy.
Hey, fellas, don't do that. There's no way to fix that.
Family Feud. Weeknights at 5 and 6:30 on CBS 40.
The nursing home made you an important promise. They promised to be a good home for your loved one and to provide professional care in a safe environment. Now the nursing home has broken that promise and you're left searching for answers. Get Hughes & Coleman and get it done.
Time now for another quick check of your forecast, brought to you by Deborah Bros Attorneys at Law. We're starting off this morning with some rain out there and some showers and also some clouds that continue to increase. Temperatures, meanwhile, are into the 60s and 70s. It's a pretty mild feel as you step outside. We have those winds that are flowing in from the south, sustained right around the 10-mile-an-hour range. So it's a nice, healthy breeze out there that's been keeping things nice and warm for us. You're noticing showers on radar as we're watching those clouds increasing. We're taking a look towards along the Western Kentucky Parkway there, just east of Madisonville, heading towards Hartford right now. Just generally some light showers out there this morning as that continues to drift off towards the east as that dome of high pressure also slides off towards the Atlantic coast. Planning by the hour, and we are going to be tracking rain chances as we go throughout the day. Not a total washout, but that umbrella will be handy from time to time. Now I'll send it over to Mr. Tommy Modesto.
Thank you, Darius. It is now time for your Friday edition of Sunrise Spotlight, and with me in studio today is Crystal Akers, here to tell us all about the upcoming Haunted Basement fundraiser benefiting BG Teen. Good morning, Crystal. How you doing?
Good morning. I'm great. How are you?
Not too bad. I can't believe the spooky season is quite literally just a couple of days away.
Yes.
I know. And you guys have such a fantastic event going on. Hopefully a really scary one, too. Your Haunted Basement. Tell me a little bit about it.
I'm really excited. Our first year last year was a blast. So for year two, we've added a little bit more. We've got a longer route in the basement. We've added a room, so it should be a little extra spooky. Upstairs, we've got some games this year. So for our little visitors who can't quite do the haunted basement, we've got some prizes and games. We've got a tarot booth, and we have a temporary tattoo station. So if you're looking for some temporary ink, we've got enough for Warren County. So
that's fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the Halloween season. Everyone's looking for a nice prize and maybe a little scare there. But like you said, this is for everybody. So even for the little kids that may not be able to handle the scare, you got a place for them too.
Right. Upstairs, it's just a few little games. It should be a lot of fun. We've got some little prizes to hand out for them. I personally don't recommend the haunted basement for younger children, but that's up to their parents. Some of them are braver than I was. So.
I'm not a big fan of haunted houses or haunted basements either. Some of them are probably braver than I am too. But this is all benefiting BG Teen. So a lot of people may not know what BG Teen is. What do you guys do?
So BG Teen and now Gen Q, we have a young adult group we just started. This is all about providing safe, affirming space for LGBTQ youth and now young adults. So youth are often more at an increased risk of self-harm. So providing these supportive spaces is so important. It seems like something small, but it makes a huge difference. So this is our one fundraiser event for the year. It helps us, we eat a lot of food. We do a lot of crafts. It just helps fund our programming and keep this space going.
It is just absolutely fantastic. You guys are able to keep this group going with such fantastic events like this. Well, all right, before we head out, give me the when, where, and where people can go for more information.
Absolutely. So bgteen.org for all the information. Tomorrow night, which is Saturday the 28th from 7 to 9 p.m., it's $5 per person. You can pay with cash, card, or Venmo at the door. It's at First Christian Church, which is right past Mill and Mushroom on State Street.
All right, fantastic. It sounds like it's going to be a fantastic and spooky time. Well, Crystal, thank you so much for coming in and joining me this morning.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely, absolutely. That was a look at this morning's Sunrise Spotlight. When we return, Darius Mack will have another check of your forecast. We'll be right back.
The $250,000 mega draw is here at the Mint Gaming Hall Bowling Green. Win by matching just one number and match all 6 for $250,000 cash. Drawing Saturdays in October every hour from 5 to 8 p.m. Only at the Mint Gaming Hall Bowling Green.
Everyone loves more of a good thing.
And more.
And Miss Moore was no different. As her name suggested, she loved more.
More?
More. So when Miss Moore was injured, she called Morgan & Morgan. With more lawyers, more offices, and more than $15 billion recovered, she didn't have to ask for more anymore. When you're injured, you deserve more.
One more?
Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm.
You think life is short? Football is short. The regular season's just 18 weeks. That's it. So cherish every over and under before it's over on FanDuel. With live betting on every NFL game. Because before you know it, a cold night at the Buffalo Bills game will just be a cold night in Buffalo.
Bet $5, get $150 bonus if your team wins, plus a profit boost every single day. FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook.
Is your search for a new home on hold because of high interest rates and high monthly payments? Jago Homes has your solution with a low 4.99 fixed interest rate and no energy bills for 2 years. You'll enjoy open, spacious living, and your family will be comfortable year-round with exclusive Energy Smart technology. Learn why a new Jago home is more affordable than you think at jagohomes.com. Because life is too precious to be put on hold.
Join the WNKY News 40 weather team. Visit WNKY.com to become a weather watcher.
It's scary amounts of fun.
Though he should not be named, he was born with the name Tom Riddle.
Voldemort?
Yes! We're not supposed to say it out loud, but on the show here, we need to say it out loud.
Person, place, or thing.
On WNKY NBC 40.
The $250,000 mega draw is here at the Mint Gaming Hall Bowling Green. Win by matching just one number and match all 6 for $250,000 cash. Drawing Saturdays in October every hour from 5 to 8 p.m. Only at the Mint Gaming Hall Bowling Green.
Changes roll into our world of weather, especially into next week. And with those changes come some rain chances as well. I'm tracking some showers across the area, mainly just west of the area and along the Western Kentucky Parkway. We take a little radar tour closer towards Ohio County. Hartford just seeing general light showers out there this morning there towards Christian and Todd counties, where we also have just some light showers that continue to work its way east. This is all moving around that dome of high pressure that's been keeping us dry for the most part. That is now sliding off towards the east, and that's giving way for these showers to work their way in. Also notice this wave of energy across the central United States. We are expecting cooler temperatures to follow as well, and I mean a big cool down. We are flipping the script with our pattern shift that drops in, especially into early next week. A big dip in the wave that's going to usher in that cold blast of air, and temperatures will be running well below normal into next week. So we go from above normal temperatures this week to below normal into next week. Check out those low temperatures as we go over the next few nights. We are somewhere above normal. We're going to see those numbers pretty mild out there. But notice by Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we're really going to see those temperatures drop in the morning into the 30s. Frost and freeze concerns likely into next week. Let's check out those temperatures right now. It is running pretty warm out there, pretty mild, with temperatures well into the 60s and right around 70 degrees. You're noticing those dew points, especially the further west you go, starting to creep in into the 60s. So that's where we're seeing the atmosphere starting to moisten up more, and that will continue throughout the day. Winds sustained right around the 10-mile-an-hour range. Again, it's a strong southerly breeze. It's keeping things warm for us to start off this morning in those clouds. It's been insulating us as well. As far as things go, as we go throughout the day, here are the communities in view. We got those spotty to widely scattered shower chances as we go throughout this morning. Not expecting a total washout with these showers that move through, but notice as we go throughout the weekend, we're still going to hold on to those chances for showers, maybe an occasional rumble of thunder or two, and that will continue as we go through the weekend. I think we'll see increasingly scattered chances, though, that will drop in, especially as we work our way into Sunday and Monday with a cold front that will be dropping in. Here's the 7-day forecast. And yeah, we're going to be tracking that real deal chill that drops in, bone chilly on Halloween. Now it's time to announce the winners of this week's Soki's Birthday Club. And the winners are Georgia Garner and Jada Knight. You too can sign up for Soki's Birthday Club by visiting WNKY.com/birthday. Now let's wish our friends happy birthday in today's Soki's Birthday Club.
Bed sores, broken bones, malnutrition, and dehydration are just some of the warning signs of a nursing home that's not doing what they're supposed to do. If you suspect your loved one is the victim of nursing home neglect, call 800-800-4600.
At Brewster's, we believe life is a celebration. Don't limit yourself to birthdays or holidays. Create a custom cake anytime. Our creamy homemade ice cream catapults the ordinary into the extraordinary. Treat yourself today at Brewster's.
Have big dreams for your space? When looking for home decor ideas, you want BG Home Furnishings.
BG Home Furnishings designers are here to bring your dream home to life with one-on-one design help. Personalized advice from the best has never been this easy, accessible, and valuable. The BG at Home team handpicks from over 100 brands to create a selection of furniture and home decor that is tailored to your style.
Call us today to set up your free in-home design consultation.
Just rockin' and rollin', baby.
Cut back tomorrow.
We got you all fixed up. Got it all fixed up for you, ma'am.
Let there be light, ma'am. Looks like she finally called JB.
Grab some lunch and make an impact. Join WNKY News 40 for Food Truck Fridays every week at Tidball's parking lot. This week features Big Al's Chicken. To benefit CASA of South Central Kentucky, see the full lineup at WNKY.com. Saturdays are for football. WNKY 40 is your college football headquarters. Watch games all day on WNKY CBS 40 and NBC 40.
The nursing home made you an important promise. They promised to be a good home for your loved one and to provide professional care in a safe environment. Now the nursing home has broken that promise and you're left searching for answers. Get Hughes and Coleman and get it done.
Welcome into sports. Let's catch up on some Thursday night lights to Spartan Country, where the fireworks are always popping as South Warren hosted Logan County. Spartans already up 7-0. Aiden Page forces the fumble. It's South Warren ball. He's excited. The Spartans take a play from the Eagles playbook. The Bryce Button tush push tutty. It's now 14-0. Then South scores again. This time a deep ball to Isaiah Rigsby for the touchdown. A diving touchdown there. 21 unanswered points against the Cougars, but Logan County finally has a response. Ridge Holman to Davin Yates for the touchdown in the red zone. It's 21-7 Cougars trail, but then Spartans just dominated. Button with the handoff, Jimmy Sales for the goal line score. Spartans end up beating Logan County. But speaking of those Cougars, the Lady Cougars volleyball squad took on the Greenwood Lady Gators for the 4th Region Championship last night at Barron County High School. This one was intense, but in the deciding 5th set, the Lady Cougars finished things off to give Logan County their first region title since 2013. After the big win, head coach Caleb Sheffield and tournament MVP Aubrey Sears spoke on the performance.
All the 2 days, all the tough practices, I'm sure they walked out of the practice gym crying some days. I'm sure they, they didn't appreciate the hard days, but this is what it was all for.
Well, I'm just glad I can do it. I'm glad they can put their trust in me and I can step up to the occasion.
And staying on the hill, WKU men's and women's basketball hosted the annual Hilltopper Hysteria inside a Diddle Arena. Both teams had a chance to compete in some fun events like the skills competition, 3-point shooting contest, and a dunk contest. The teams also had a chance to involve fans in other events to show their appreciation to Hilltopper Nation. The Hilltopper men's team and head coach Steve Lutz are set to tip off their season on November 6th against Kentucky Wesleyan. Lady Toppers will tip off their new season against Lane College on October 31st. I'll say very spooky. That's a look at sports. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Maxwell. At the Nicely Conference Center, almost 4,000 kids will come in and out of the building by the end of the week to get a glimpse of what the future could hold for them. News 40's Michael Ridgway has more on this story.
We have a SCK launch experience, which is really the culmination of our 8th graders in the region learning about the careers in our region and then coming to a hands-on experience.
Every year, the Bowling Green Area Chamber of Commerce holds an event for kids about to hit high school, hoping to set them up to be career ready and get an idea of what they like.
None of the education institutions are really a destination. The career is the destination, and we're trying to expose more and more young people and their adults in their lives to the great careers that are available in our region.
One student in the computerized manufacturing and machining program at SkyCTC said he's happy to have found out about a trade shortly after high school.
Now, that's a pretty sweet deal for 2 years, no debt. I feel like a lot of kids in high school and middle school just don't know that these kinds of trades exist. You know, I didn't when I was in high school. It was all college, college, college.
He's been helping out at his booth talking to kids about what he does, and he said even if it's small, it's a victory.
You know, even if 1% of those 30 or 40 kids actually came here and did a trade program through Sky, you know, that's fantastic in my opinion.
The program has also garnered some attention from outside Kentucky, as visitors from further south hope to glean some ideas.
And so we discovered the SCK launch experience because we want to offer something similar in our city and county. And so after doing our search, we realized that the Bowling Green area was doing probably the best job. And so we wanted to come benchmark this group. And so we brought representatives from our school district, or one of our school districts, one of our community colleges, and the Chamber of Commerce, and then also the business community to understand in person what this experience is all about and how we can try to replicate something similar in our area.
In Bowling Green, because local matters, Michael Ridgway, WNKY News 40.
When we come back, we'll see what local restaurant is going viral for this week's Feel Good Friday. Plus, meteorologist Darius Mack will have another check of your forecast. Don't go anywhere.
Bed sores, broken bones, malnutrition, and dehydration are just some of the warning signs of a nursing home that's not doing what they're supposed to do. If you suspect your loved one is the victim of nursing home neglect, call 800-800-4600.
Summer skies, they warm up everything. Then fall comes around, and you know it's getting near. Christmas is my favorite time.
Experience so much Christmas the way Santa does.
Nice. DraftKings Sportsbook is live in Kentucky. You'll be so dialed into every play that you forget to eat your wings. You made my wings cold, DraftKings. Flailing your arms like you can disrupt the free throw. Miss, fool! And a home run will have you crying like it's the birth of your child. I'm so happy.
DraftKings Sportsbook is live in Kentucky. New customers, download the app now and bet $5 to get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Because life's more fun when you're in on the action. The crown is yours.
Yeah.
Get a little spooky at the inaugural Pumpkin 5K Run and Walk, October 28th at Buchanan Park. Come out and enjoy character meet and greets, bouncy houses, food trucks, and cheer runners on. For more info, visit warrenpl.org.
Hi, I'm Alex with the band Whitmore. For some futuristic karma.
Catch us this week on Marquee Backstage.
Sundays are for football. WNKY 40 is your go-to for the NFL. Watch games all day on WNKY, CBS 40, and NBC 40.
The nursing home made you an important promise. They promised to be a good home for your loved one and to provide professional care in a safe environment. Now the nursing home has broken that promise and you're left searching for answers. Get Hughes & Coleman and get it done.
Welcome back. Now for a time, a little taste of India. Right here in Bowling Green, the India Oven restaurant has gotten a little bit more popular than it already was thanks to a Cave City content creator that went viral. News 40 reporter Tucker Covey has more for this week's Feel Good Friday, brought to you by J.C. Kirby & Son.
Holy crap! This might be the best thing I've ever tasted in my life.
Cave City native Luke Collins had never tried Indian food before visiting
India Oven.
So he thought it would be a good idea to do one of his popular TikTok food reviews on the restaurant.
I've seen people on TikTok and all that eat Indian food, and it does pretty good. And I see that they would get butter chicken and all from India, and they'd always highly rate it. They always say, it's so good. And so I was like, man, I really want to try that too.
The video took off on TikTok. Now it has over 15 million views and even more across other platforms such as X, formerly known as Twitter.
I rated everything like around a 9.8 out of 10. Like that's very close to perfection. So I loved everything to death, and I would love to come back.
India Oven was as surprised as Luke about the popularity of the video. They are happy to see more people in the area trying Indian food.
My friend who doesn't even use the social media that much, he texted me that link back. So if he got that, link, I think it's already was viral or something. So I'm very thankful to him for doing that.
In Bowling Green, because local matters, Tucker Covey, WNKY News 40.
Temperatures this morning are running pretty warm. We are into the 60s to right around 70 degrees out there. Checking out those current numbers, it's 66 in Barron County, 67 in Metcalfe County, as well as into Hart County. Butler County is sitting at 69 degrees, as well as into Logan County. We have those winds that are flowing in from the south. It's a nice, healthy breeze right around the 10-mile-an-hour range. Radar showing showers that are drifting in from from west to east, he says. This is all moving around this dome of high pressure that's slowly sliding towards the east, so that's going to usher in, of course, those rain chances for us. And we're going to be tracking a wave of energy that's not only bringing us rain and clouds, but it will leave behind some sharply cooler air that drops in into next week as well. Here's your commuter forecast on this Friday. We're tracking those shower chances as we go throughout the day. Maybe an occasional rumble of thunder is possible as well. I really don't think it's going to be a total washout, though. There will be windows of dry time in between as well. We're wrapping up News 40 Sunrise right after this commercial break.
I would describe myself as a fighter. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. For over 30 years, my fights have been against giants. I fight the powerful for the powerless, and our results speak for themselves. We have recovered billions and billions and billions of dollars for our clients. $1.2 billion in one case alone. I risk my own money in case costs fighting these wrongdoers. If you want a fighter, you can count on me. There's only one Morgan & Morgan for the people.
Home is more than a house. Wherever you are in your journey of homeownership, German American Bank is here to support you. Our team of dedicated mortgage loan professionals can help you with lending solutions featuring low or no down payment, assistance for closing costs and improvement projects, or even loans specifically for first-time home buyers. We're here to tell you, homeownership is achievable. German American Bank, member FDIC.
I would never show my teeth. Never. Would never smile. And it forces you into this submission of silence because you don't think that anybody's going to take what you have to say seriously. Invisalign has changed my life forever.
Whether someone is across the neighborhood, across the street, or across the room, you have the power to make them feel right at home. Ritz, a taste of welcome.
Hi, I'm Alex with the band Whitmore. For some futuristic karma.
Catch us this week on Marquee Backstage.
Name an animal the wife doesn't mind her husband calling her. Piggy. Don't do that.
Family Feud. Weeknights at 5 and 6:30. Brownsville, thank you for watching WNKY NBC 40.
Well, something you do not want to miss today. Today is Food Truck Friday, and this week we'll be having Big Al's Hot Chicken with a portion of the proceeds benefiting our friends over at Casa of South Central Kentucky. So head on over to Tidball's parking lot from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. for a bite to eat, and always be on the lookout because you never know who we'll have parked outside on a Friday. And all right, Darius, it's finally Friday.
It is finally Friday.
You know, I almost count my Fridays based off of Food Truck Friday because I look forward to Food Truck Friday
and
at the end of every single week.
Many different food trucks that are here. It's always great to see.
We were just talking about this at the commercial break. We got Big Al's Hot Chicken, which is like a Nashville staple that has come up to Bowling Green. We had Cotton Barbecue come here last week. We got some other fantastic barbecue trucks. And I was talking, we got great taco trucks also all over the city of Bowling Green.
Can't go wrong with taco trucks.
It's really, you can't miss with some of these taco trucks. Really with any of the food trucks just in Bowling Green. They're all just so absolutely delicious.
Incredible. And so it's always good to go and get some good eats, and it's helping to support a great cause as well.
It is, indeed. But you know what else is coming up really soon? Halloween.
Yes.
I know. Have you gotten your costume yet?
I have not gotten a costume.
I haven't gotten my costume yet either. I'm still really thinking about what I want. Or maybe we can do something like we did last year. I don't know if you guys remember. We were peanut butter and jelly. And Ashley was a witch.
Yeah, so
we
it was
made
like a whole sandwich.
Peanut butter and sandwich.
Yes,
so
it
we
was
had
a
last
whole
year. So I guess you guys will just have to tune in on Halloween, just see what we will be coming up with this year. Because last year, I got to say, that was pretty high up there on list of. I think that was pretty creative. But what was your favorite costume you've ever worn?
Oh, my favorite costume I've ever worn. Okay, this was back when I was a kid. I dressed up as like a detective.
Oh, that's a good one.
I always just you know, growing up, I was always just the kid that
the sleuth.
I was just like, you know, that kid that always liked to, you know, play detective and stuff. So
that's not
just
bad.
thought it was very fitting to dress up as a detective.
That's a good one. Mine, when I was really young, I dressed up as an astronaut. My mom got me a whole astronaut costume with like the face mask and everything, and I acted like I was like bouncing on the moon, going to get candy from house to house. It was just fantastic. But back here on Earth, though, it seems like temperatures are going to start to cool down.
Oh, yeah, we are going to see temperatures cooling down into next week. And really, later this weekend is when you'll notice that as well, but especially into next week with temperatures taking a huge dip. Highs only in the 50s. May struggle to even make it into the 50s for a few days, Tommy.
All right, well, thank you, Darius. And thank you all for joining us this week. We look forward to see you right back here next week at 6 a.m. Your network news is coming up next, but here's a sneak peek at what's coming up next week. Coming up next week on News 40 Sunrise, find out how you can support our local veterans in this year's Resilience Rush.
Plus, get all the details on a curling league coming to Bowling Green and learn about this year's opening of the Sophie Ice Rink.
Then hear from one WKU coach on all that's coming for our local college sports in our upcoming Topper Tuesday.
Finally, see how you can help improve the life of a shelter animal with our daily Pet of the Day.
Be sure to wake up with us every weekday morning at 6 a.m.
These stories and more only